Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Prince.
Sir, my topic is a person who never made a mistake, never tried anything new.
Yeah, this is a very famous thought by Albert Einstein. A person who never made a mistake didn't try anything new. See, generally what happens, Prince, people are afraid of committing mistake. They always say that, well, if I commit a mistake, it will be just, taken as a humor by others. But remember one thing, we always learn from our mistakes and gain from our success. I'm giving you one small example. Look, a student prepared for UPSC exam. Okay, first time she committed a mistake and she couldn't even qualify in the preliminary exam. Second time she prepared so well that not only she qualified in the preliminary exam, she also got a rank. I mean, a rank in the main exam. You ask how, sir?
Sir, how, sir?
She started analyzing her mistakes. Where has she really committed mistake and what were her demerits? See, there are two aspects of any human being's life. Ask what are they?
What are they, sir?
The strong aspect and the weak aspect.
What is the
We,
difference between?
yes, generally some of us are very good at some subject and some of us are very poor at some. So we have to pay attention on
Dedication.
the weak subjects. And how will you come to know that yes, you committed mistake in that very portion, general studies or in aptitude test or in English essay, where you have committed? How will you analyze? Unless you appear in the exam for the first time, unless you get the result, you check out. Always check out. Listen, as a student, you are also an engineering student. As a
Yes, sir.
student, always remember that learning is always good when you are committing mistake. Ask why.
Why, sir?
Whenever you commit a mistake, you will realize where have I really committed a mistake? What was wrong with me? Let me analyze where exactly I lacked. And then when we'll analyze, you will find out a solution. Because analysis leads to reflection, and reflection leads to correction. So unless you analyze your mistake, you cannot correct your mistake. Second thing, third thing you ask. See, mistakes are good lessons. Einstein said the person who never made a mistake, he never tried anything.
Never tried anything.
See, there are scientists who have failed several times. Have you heard of, the person Edison, Albert Edison, Edison who invented electric bulb? Have you heard of? He, tried 100 times. Every time
Failed.
he failed. Sometimes the filament could not be made correct. Sometimes the projector inside the wire where he connected didn't work. But eventually he succeeded. Tell me how he succeeded.
How will he succeed, sir?
He learned every time from his mistake. Similarly, we all human beings are bound to commit mistake. Mistakes are not, curses. Rather, they are the lessons to learn. Anyone, see, if you are a teacher, if you are a professor, if you are a scientist, or if you are
Click. Sir, no. Wait. How? Continue, sir.
if
Continue.
you are anyone else,
Hmm.
if you are anyone else, these mistakes are bound to happen.
Yes, sir.
You are bound to commit mistake. There is nothing wrong in that. Now you ask question.
Sir, I ask some question.
Ask as many questions as you can.
Do you believe that failure is an essential part of success?
Yeah.
Why or why not?
Yes, failure is as an essential part of success. Failures are rather pillars of success. Very simple example I'm giving you. This year, the NEET, qualifiers, the NEET crackers, this year, last year they scored even 700 marks,
20.
720 marks.
20, huh.
But this year they have qualified even on 520. Those who have got 520, they will get
Qualified.
exam. So those who last year couldn't get remission even in 650,
50 not.
they didn't stop.
Yes, sir.
What did they do? They went on trying. So even if their scoring is low this time, but they have got qualified. So the thing is that had they not appeared last year in the NEET exam, they would not have analyzed.
Yes,
they would
sir.
not have understood their weak points. See, what do the parents do? Tell me. The parents generally, scold the children for their mistakes, but they actually do not ask the children that look, this is your weak part, that is your strong part. You work more and more on your weak part. Prince, if maybe you are very good at, let us say, tell your subject. Your
Computer science.
computer science. But you may be weak at communicative English.
Communicative
so you are taking help from me.
Yes,
And
sir.
you got this time 98 plus marks.
93.
It was only because you knew that sir will help me.
Help me.
So I will first analyze.
Yes, sir.
I will try to acknowledge what is going wrong with me. And then you cracked and you got the highest mark.
Yes, sir.
So this is why I am telling you, mistakes are bound to happen. We should never be afraid of. And parents particularly know, they always scold the children. They ask the children that this is wrong. Why you have committed mistake? No, instead of scolding them and discouraging them, they should encourage them that, well, this portion is not as strong as it should be. You keep on working on this portion. Next time, the child will score the highest marks in that. There are innumerable examples, a mountain climber, for the first time when he starts climbing, he never succeeds.
Never succeeded.
Several times he,
Fall down.
fell down, and several times he get discouraged. But did he stop trying? No, never.
No, sir.
So even we fail in our first attempt.
If we try,
or we should keep trying,
try
analyzing.
analyzing.
It is very important to analyze our mistakes and then accordingly plan to overcome those mistakes second time, third time, maybe fourth time. Doesn't matter. Even if you try 100 times, it doesn't matter. You keep on trying. Asking another question.
sir, what new skill or hobby did you try and failed at before succeeding?
Yeah, see, when I was a student, I was very good at maths and English, but I was not good at,
Everything.
No, I was not very good at social science. Social science, I didn't take interest. But as my English was good, I started giving more attention on our weak points because I didn't like by hearting the answers. But when I started making points and analyzing that yes, social science is related to English, and I, with the help of, by virtue of my strong English, I tried to command on social science, and I got the highest marks, 98 marks in board exam in social science. Can you believe?
Yes, sir.
I'm giving you the example of my daughter Gunjan, who topped all India. See, in DPS she was there. She was always afraid of physics. But once she came to know that her numerical part has to be better, she started solving numericals. And in NEET, she got the highest marks in physics.
Yes, sir.
That time, NEET was having two
A50.
phases. One phase preliminary, another was main. She got the highest marks in physics and highest marks in bio. Because of that, she got 611 rank.
Yes, sir.
At that time, there were only 3,400 seats in MBBS. Can you imagine? Now it is 1 lakh,
Yes,
more
sir.
than 1 lakh. So the thing is that we should never get discouraged by mistakes. Ask another question.
Yes, sir. Have you ever think a risk that you were sure would lead to failure, but it worked out?
Yes. I took a risk, I tell you. See, when I was working in Hindustan Fertilizer Corporation, HFC, Baroni, my first job was HFC Baroni. I was working there as public relation officer. Unfortunately, the factory was locked that time. So, even when the factory was about to be locked, I didn't resign. I kept on working. And I waited for, I took a risk. I waited for new opportunity, though it was very difficult to come and join SAIL because that time SAIL had no vacancy. The only positive point in me was that I had completed my BA and MA. These two, learnings helped me. So when the vacancies came for teacher, I just thought, if there is nothing, something is better, let me try for teacher in
Yes,
SAIL.
sir.
And I got qualified. Though it was risky. Because leaving public relation officer, job, PRO job, and coming to teaching was risky.
Yes.
But as I was having teaching degree, BA degree,
And it's for you.
and so I just thought
This.
that it is SAIL company, And then I came to Bokaro.
Yes, sir.
Had I not taken the risk of leaving that job, I resigned 6 months before the factory was locked down. Just imagine, it was the risk.
Yes,
It
sir.
worked. It might not have worked.
Mhm.
I would have been in trouble,
Yes, sir.
definitely.
Yes, sir.
But unless you take risk, there is a proverb in English: no risk, no gain.
No risk, no gain.
Another question.
हाँ sir.
Yeah, ask.
How do you react when someone points out of mistake?
Yeah, actually, see, my view of point is that if anybody points at a mistake, I never take it negative. I correct myself. Many a time when I feel that yes, the person is right. He's giving it. I mean, he's pointing out at my very weak point.
And neglect the other things.
Yes, so I try to correct myself.
Correct myself.
See, rectifying oneself is very difficult. If you tell that, sir, you are wrong here, I may feel bad for 1 second.
Yes, sir.
But when I will start introspecting about what actually Prince has told about me, and if I start realizing, wow, what Prince said about me
Yes,
is absolutely right, then I'll try to rectify my mistake. And those who rectify their own mistakes and realize their own mistakes, they are the greater people.
Greater people.
And those who always go by saying that no, I'm not wrong, they are adamant, they are not ready to correct themselves, they cannot do good and big things in their life. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, what's the most important lesson you are learned from a mistake?
Yeah, actually,
Main point.
I have learned only one lesson from
हाँ,
mistakes.
yes, sir.
That if I commit mistake, then what is that? I get another chance. Listen, but if I don't try, I will get no chance. See, if
Yes,
I
sir.
commit one mistake,
sir.
second chance I'll get.
Yes, sir.
I will be successful. But if I don't try,
Don't
tell
try.
me. So mistake doesn't discourage. Try, keep on trying, keep on striving.
Keep on striving.
If mistakes have been committed, no problem. Try to rectify.
Try to
Try
rectify.
to work on your weakness.
Yes, sir.
But if you don't make mistake and if you don't try
And don't analyze.
and don't analyze
the,
then
our mistakes.
second chance is there. There is always a second chance. Remember,
Yes, sir.
life always gives you a second
chance.
If you have failed in first chance, it is likely that you will succeed in the second chance. There's nothing like that. Nothing to fear.
Means life has
life
get
is
another
always
another chance.
Another chance. Everyone is bound to get several chances in life. Now you can get the second chance and you can reap that second chance into your favor. Yeah.
Okay, sir. No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.